Was Meghan Markle's recent polo look a refreshing summer attire or a bit of a mess? And what about Princess Eugenie? Did she not impress recently at an event she attended in London? Hello, everyone. My name is Brittany, and welcome to Royal Fashion News. And we are looking at our best and worst fashion looks of the week. This is very much in the spirit of ease of fashion, please, way back in the day. I love royal fashion, and I love evaluating it and seeing what we can learn from some of our ladies and some of their best and worst fashion looks and take a bit of inspiration from that. If I find any outfits or attires that I think might be interesting for you to try, I will link some of those within the video. So without further ado, let's get started with, I would say, one of our worst looks of the week. And this is from someone who I usually think very much impresses. And that is Queen Letizia of Spain. Yes, I tried with a new background. Maybe that'll be too distracting, but we will start off. This is Queen Letizia of Spain, and she is well known for really, really loving suits. And I've got to say, I don't really like this one. It is very, very wrinkled. It's not flattering. Honestly, it looks like she stole the suit from her husband. So this is a Hugo Boss suit. I think the color is particularly lovely, but I think the fit here, this really relaxed fit, just doesn't do much for her. The pants are sort of big, and she's a very, very tiny woman. She's rather tall, but very slim. And so I just don't think this look is particularly attractive on her. So again, this is another look at it here. You can see sort of the inside of the coat, which is kind of funny. And so you can see a little bit of the detailing here and everything. And the shirt looks lovely. She's also adopted very much a kitten heel recently. This has been very much on trend for her. And she happened to be wearing Margaret shoes and PD Paula jewelry. So again, I think the color is perfect. It's a great spring color. But unfortunately, I just don't think the fit here works very well for her. And we also saw a little bit of wrinkling as well. So I would say this one for Queen Letizia, who has some great suits, by the way. She truly does have some amazing suits. She usually looks amazing in them. But I've noticed this with a couple of different people. I don't know if it's the individual royal style changing or the changing of suits in general that we are seeing here. So I'm just not liking it all that much. But let me know what you think down below. For one of our better looks of the week, I have to give it to Queen Maxima of the Netherlands in this Oscar de la Renta dress. I love this dress, guys. I think this dress is absolutely gorgeous. I love the flower detail that it's sort of simple and yet very fashionable too. And I love the whole look, I think is amazing. I do always love Oscar de la Renta. I prefer very traditional classic attire. And I feel like Maxima really pulls this off here. She also has paired it with a hat earlier in the day. I gotta say, I'm not a really big fan of the hat. I don't think that the hat doesn't quite do it for me here, especially because I feel like this is a very classy look, or I guess I should say more like traditional look. So a more traditional fascinator I think would have worked better here. You can also see Maxima is the queen of the glove. Nobody does a glove better than Maxima, I don't think. And she usually does, usually the one glove thing, she usually does it. You can also see she's pairing this look with some sapphire and diamond earrings. These look like a more modern pair, not one of the older pairs within the Dutch collection, which has an amazing collection. And yes, we did miss Tiara Tuesday this week, but fear not. For we shall have a state visit between the Netherlands and Spain, and I will be doing a Tiara video on that visit on Tuesday. I'm so excited because I love Tiara watching. So this is one of my best looks, and I think she really pulls it off very, very well. But let me know what you think. Okay, guys. So next on the worst dress list, unfortunately, we had to go with Princess Beatrice of the UK. And I don't know quite what to think of this, but this look is not necessarily very good. And I will say it could be better in the full frame. This is a little bit of just an odd picture here. It's just a little bit of an odd angle, so you can't really totally get the full effect. But what I notice here is that this is very sort of casual on top. And then her hair is really casual and not done well either. And then you match that with the heels, which look a little bit more presentable. She has a YSL bag, and both are a Zara shirt and skirt. And so they're okay, but at the same time, too, it almost looks too casual. And I think this may have worked better. But I think Princess Beatrice looking like she literally threw her hair up in a messy bun is what sort of really drags down this look. Because if you can probably do this same look But I think if her hair had been done a bit better, because this is clearly an event, if she was like going out and about on the town or something, and she just happened to be coming out of dinner, then I would say, oh yeah, whatever. But since you're going into a somewhat official event where people are at, I think you would try maybe a bit more. This is just not a great appearance for me. And she had another event she did this week where it wasn't all that great either. And so it's just tough. I do love the bag though. YSL bags are amazing. The shirt and the dress look somewhat mismatched. So I think a better shirt on top would have helped this as well. Maybe she could have done that and had more of the messy hair up top. But it looks like literally she got out of the shower not too long ago and threw her hair up and then came to this event, which is totally possible. She does have a young child and a stepson as well, but I just don't think this was the greatest appearance from Beatrice, and I have sometimes really, really liked her look. So this one was definitely a little bit disappointing. All right, so next we have for one of the best looks of the week is Queen Letizia of Spain. So yes, sometimes people are on the best and worst list at the same time. That's totally fine. And this is an outfit she wore to a memorial service, I believe, for the mayor of Madrid or something like that. And so this is a very, very classy, simple dress. We don't really actually have a designer for it. I believe her shoes are Massey Moody pumps. And then she also has a Giorgio Armani purse. So this, I think, look is absolutely lovely. And what I love in particular about it is, of course, the brooch. Because I feel like what royals do so well is they have these amazing brooches. And I sort of wish Catherine, the Princess of Wales, would wear these sometimes a bit more because I feel like they add such a classiness to a look. And so I feel like she really elevated what is otherwise a pretty simple look here with definitely that very nice brooch. And so I love as well that she sort of started to let her hair go gray. I think that's awesome. I believe she's about 51, 52. And so I love that she's sort of embracing the natural process of aging. And obviously, sometimes people feel like they don't want to, which is totally fine. But I do absolutely love this look, the simplicity of it. The Giorgio Armani bag is absolutely lovely. And then I also love the shoes as well. And so she looks absolutely smashing in this look. Now, I feel like I will get a mixed reaction from this particular one, but I have to go with my next sort of not the best look of the week. Because even though I do really like it, I also see sort of the problem with it. And that is Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. And she is wearing here a Maxima coat and a Roland Moret dress with a Strathberry bag and Prada pumps. So I like these two pieces individually, the dress and the jacket. I just don't know necessarily if they go together. And the reason is that yes, so yes, the jacket is classy, it is lovely, it's got a great look and everything to it. But sometimes when you wear a jacket that's not either buttoned up or cinched correctly, it just sort of gives it a more disheveled appearance. And I've noticed that a lot with royal ladies. And that's why I think Catherine, the Princess of Wales, she does it so well. She gets coats sometimes that she wears over things that are so well tailored that they really just sit on her so well. You just don't notice it quite as much. But I did definitely notice it here with this particular outfit. And what you miss as well is that there is sort of a detailing up here on the dress that gets totally lost in the coat. And so the coat is obviously moving quite a bit again, which is not necessarily bad, but it gives it a more uneven appearance in some ways. So I think it's just really, really tricky to wear a coat with a dress like this. So I would have to say I wish she had just worn the dress and not the coat. I understand it probably was going to be cold, but at the same time too, I think the coat sort of ruined it. Again, you can see the effect a bit over here too, that it kind of gets uneven and stuff because it's being blown in the wind and everything. So again, I would just say my personal preference is for ladies to either get this coat really, really fitted well to wear it open, or just always anytime you wear a coat, just button it up. It just tends to look better. Catherine really does do this. You'll notice it most all the time, nearly every single time her coat is buttoned up. It's rare that it's not. And yes, sometimes she'll take her coat on and off, but I think it really does affect things when the coat is sort of able to flap everywhere. Because yes, for most of us in normal world, that's totally fine. But I think in royal world, it's better not to have something that's sort of loose and just can move a lot, because then it sort of does disrupt pictures. You want movement, but just not too much. Again, it's a tricky, tricky balance. But honestly though, guys, I really do love that dress, the coat, in different circumstances, maybe it would be a bit better. Let's look at our next one here, and we have Queen Mary of Denmark. Yes, she is queen now. Sometimes I forget, but she is officially queen, and I really do love this electric blue suit. I think it really does work, especially with the asymmetrical buttons. I think that adds an interesting level of detail to it, and I think she looks really, really great. Queen Mary always has, I feel like, an excellent fashion form. There's sometimes where I don't like everything she does, but I do think this is a particularly great look. The suit is from the Fold. She has Jimmy Choo pumps and a couple of different necklaces with the initials of her husband and her children. So, guys, again, I think suits are amazing. I love that Catherine has adopted them more because I've always thought Catherine looked smashing in suits because she has such a great figure. I almost said crown princess, but Queen Mary, very much the same. And so I think she looks absolutely fabulous in this attire here. And it's a way to do a suit that's sort of a little bit different because she has plenty of suits, but sort of the pop of color, the interesting fit of it really adds an extra dimension that I think elevates the outfit, which could almost be garish or over the top. Really doesn't work here because it's very subtle and it's a very soft, and she's not going too hard with any accessories or something that really puts it over the top. So I think this is a great way to get something that's a little fun, but also very functional as well. Okay, guys, so next royal lady we are going to talk about here is Princess Sofia of Sweden, and she is sort of on the worst dress list this week because I just think this suit, once again, we've had a lot of suit issues. We've had some great ones, so not so great ones. And this one, it just doesn't have a great fit. It's sort of a dull color. And so this is her here in the khaki suit. And I think this is just not a fabulous fit. You really see it more here. I feel like so this is a group shot and it's just sort of very flat, very sack. It doesn't have a lot of great shape to it. I don't know if a different shirt underneath might have made it a little bit better. It's sort of too blah. Kind of got blah color, blah fit, so it's kind of blah. So I don't think this was a great look from her. She can have some really fantastic things, but honestly, most of her stuff for me is sort of hit and miss. I rarely think she knocks it out of the park. And in this particular, I just don't think this is very flattering. Okay, guys, so next lady we are going to discuss is Princess Charlene of Monaco. And I'm sort of loving this look completely. I love sort of the leather leggings that she has on here, the blazer, and just the sort of interesting color blouse underneath. And so she is wearing a Cuirass blazer blouse and Gianvito Rossi shoes. And she is here with her husband, Prince Albert of Monaco, and his sister here, Princess Stephanie. And again, I think I'm really liking this. I don't like everything Charlene does. Sometimes her stuff to me at least feels a little out there, sometimes a little odd, but I do actually really like this. I like that I feel like it's a different change of pace for her. And so I think this outfit in particular shines in a lot of ways. She is pretty tall, so I think tall ladies especially, I sort of have always had a soft spot for leather leggings. I think they look awesome. I don't have the legs for them, but if you do, bravo, because I do not. And so here is the full outfit. So you can sort of get the full effect. I feel like it's very classy, but has that little edge of sexiness to it. But overall, very classy. And right next to Charlene here, we have Princess Stephanie's children, Louis. So this is his wife, Marie, and they have a daughter named Victoria or Victory. They have been married for a couple of years now. Camille is not married. And I believe this is probably one of Albert's cousins or second cousins. And so you can see sort of the family resemblance between some of them here. So anyways, if you guys are wondering who everybody else in the picture is. So very exciting, but I think I love, again, this little bit of hint of sexiness from Charlene, I think is pretty fabulous. So when it comes to number one, I would say on the worst list, I would have to give it to Meghan here. I don't like this dress. I can see the idea of this dress being quite good, but I don't really like the execution of it. And the reason I don't really like the execution is that I don't like the pleating around it. I don't sort of like how they did the waist area here. And it seems like the dress is really strangling her up top. And so I just am not really liking this dress at all. I feel like, especially from the back, it looks particularly bad. It seems like there's just a lot of dress and not a lot of shape. This is supposed to be a bow in the back. I can't even totally tell if she has it tied as a bow. And it might look better that way, it might not. We also have this picture here, which I don't think, especially with her hair in the back, also sort of looks pretty bad. Is her hair, I think, could have done with something of like a bun or like sort of some type of fun updo or something, because the whole point of the dress, as we saw, was sort of the bow in the back. And so you sort of lose that here. And she's also a bit at risk of having maybe a wardrobe malfunction. We have seen a couple ladies, Queen Letizia in particular, who had a dress with some cutouts a couple of years ago, and she's in phenomenal shape. But I'm like, you're Queen of Spain. Spain is sort of conservative, especially within that realm. And so I'm like, dear, this, I mean, it wasn't bad at all, but I'm saying to it's like, really wearing a cutout dress, Queen Letizia? And so I think for Meghan too, this one could almost get into vulgar territory if something goes wrong. You could definitely, especially from this side here, you could definitely maybe have a moment. Hopefully she had fashion tape there available so that wouldn't happen. But again, I don't think this is a particularly good look. And the second day it almost sort of got worse with this ensemble. It looks like she's wearing the shirt Harry wore the day before and some very, very baggy pants. And to me, this is always a no-go. I am not a fan of baggy attire. I do not like it. I don't understand why you would add more volume to yourself rather than taking some away. I think this could have worked with, let's say, a slim pant. That might have worked. Honestly, this shirt is huge. It's massive. It's an absolutely massive shirt. And so I just don't think it's a particularly stylish look. Like if you were walking around your house, yeah, that would be super comfortable. But when you know you're in a place where you can probably be photographed, you would want to take a little bit more time with your appearance. Like I go out in sweats a fairly decent amount, which maybe I shouldn't, but I also work from home. It's I don't try to worry too much, but I also sometimes notice a difference when I actually take time to dress properly when I go out. And I get a lot more attention. So I'm like, maybe I should do that more. But we got sort of the full effect here. And I don't think we have an identification for all of it, although we do know that the sandals she's wearing are $780 Hermes sandals. So this is the full look. It looks like, she's about to cry or be upset or something. And she's literally like, should be walking around, maybe going through PMS or something postpartum, like immediately after. That's that outfit. But at a park where other people are at, where you could probably be photographed, not the best ensemble. It's just a little bit too casual. Again, I think maybe this could have worked with skinny jeans or something, but this massively oversized t-shirt that you look like you stole from your husband, and then these wide pants is just a whole bunch of mess here in this particular outfit. Okay, guys, so for our best look of the week, and I'm so excited to award this particular award to Princess Eugenie, because I think this dress is awesome. I think she looks absolutely fabulous here. It looks like she's like a little uncomfortable, and I just want to go, Eugenie, you look wonderful, honey. Like, smile strong. You look amazing. I think this dress and look is absolutely wonderful. This is a Gabrielle Hearst dress, and these are Gianvito Rossi pumps. And this dress is simple, but the silhouette works very well for her because she does have these curves. And so I really feel like it does highlight them in a great way. And I want to like trying to make her smile a bit more because, oh, Eugenie, you look so wonderful, honey. You look great. Don't look so uncomfortable because she looks like she's very uncomfortable. I'm like, Eugenie, you look awesome. You look awesome. I again love this look. I love the gray. Honestly, I would buy this dress if I could. Gabrielle Hearst though is very expensive, so it is unfortunately outside my budget. But if you guys want this, I think I'll try to see if I can find this dress and link it down below. But I just been like, oh. And then it's sort of so funny because her and Beatrice ended up being at the same event later. And then you can really tell the differences between their looks. It looks like Eugenie went to an event at the US Embassy, and then Beatrice and her went to a event with Ellie Goulding later. And so she has a Strathberry bag as well, which is very popular, but she looks so much more smiley here. And I was like, oh, I wish you had been smiley like that in the first picture because you look wonderful. Eugenie, I just think this is an absolutely amazing, amazing look, guys. Probably my favorite look of the week for sure. And especially because I always love giving it to somebody who I normally don't. And I'm like, normally, most of the time, I don't always necessarily like her outfit. So if I find somebody who was like, yes, I love your outfit, I love sharing this with you. And so you guys will have to let me know, what do you think of the picture behind? Now, if you are curious who we are talking about here, we have obviously Catherine, the Princess of Wales. You have Beatrice Borromeo of Monaco, so she married one of Princess Caroline's sons, and she also is an Italian aristocrat. We have Queen Matilda and Queen Maxima. So Queen Matilda of the Belgians, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, and then at the very corner here we have Meghan Markle. So guys, let me know what you think of this. Is it too distracting in the background? Let me know. I just thought I'd do something a little bit differently this time because this is just I love this format. It makes filming so much easier for me in editing. So, guys, I would love to get your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching and let me know who were your picks for the best and worst look of the week. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye.